Hey everyone, Joe Ramsden here, excited to dive in and share a resource that I found relating to this week's discussion on John Dewey. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I will be sure to post a link to this in our discussion thread for the week. Now, in the reading, I thought it was pretty fascinating to learn that John Dewey actually created his own laboratory school to kind of try on and unpack some of the different philosophies and theories that he was grappling with through his learnings and studies. And I took it upon myself to find a resource that talks a little bit more about how that school came to be and some of the things that were occurring at that school. So the school actually opened up in January of 1896 in Chicago. And the school basically was created in a way for Dewey to try on some of the different theories and philosophies that he was discovering and coming up with and seeing how they interacted with one another. And he tested his theory with a variety of different variables in mind. Like some years or some courses, he grouped students based on age or ability. Other years he did not. Sometimes he grouped them based off of the interest areas and so on and so forth. And this article goes on to describe all the different things that John Dewey kept in mind as he was creating his curriculum and his program. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is within Dewey's program, he kept these three tenets or premises in mind, and those are psychological, sociological, and logical. So he was designing curriculum with those three key concepts in mind, and he attempted to balance all three of those within his curriculum. Now, as we learned in our class over the last couple of weeks, John Dewey definitely wasn't an advocate for putting every student in every school behind a welder and having them learn how to weld, or giving every student a hammer and nails and wood and having them build a house, right? This isn't what Dewey necessarily believed. He was an advocate for vocational education and career and technical education, but from a more holistic sense. And this is reflected very nicely in his program that he established. He created opportunities for students to explore what was around them, learn from nature, learn about food, learn about construction, different concepts like that as well, in a more holistic sense, and not necessarily forcing students down one certain path, like some other philosophers believed in a little bit more fully. He, again, learning through the occupations is an important concept that Dewey had within his school. And one thing that that I really enjoyed about this was at the end, it talks a little bit about how the school is still in existence today. And that goes to show the impact that John Dewey had on the American education system, because his school that he created as originally kind of an experiment or laboratory school is still in existence and is one of the leading preparatory programs in the United States today. So I hope that you find this to be a fascinating and enjoyable resource. I know for me as a CTE teacher, it's kind of cool to see someone like John Dewey using some of the theories and things that he's learning about, that he was learning about and trying them on different students. I know as a graduate student, I enjoy taking some of the things I've been learning about in my classes and implementing them in my classroom to see how students respond or react, and kind of doing my own little experiments, if you will, within my classroom to test out some of the things I've been learning. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to watching your resources this week as well. Take care.